A macronutrient or a macro is a nutritional component needed in large quantities for normal growth and development. Macros are the body's source of calories or energy to fuel life processes and are of three types: carbohydrate, protein, and fat. According to the law of energy balance, in order to lose weight, you need to be in a caloric deficit. However, your goal is to lose fat and not muscle, and this can only be achieved by getting your macro balance right. Understanding what these macros are, their structure, and their function in the human body is crucial for your bodybuilding meal planning. And in this video, I'm going to cover all this in detail. Coming up. There are different types of proteins in the body performing different critical functions, such as immunity, facilitating chemical reactions, signaling biological processes, providing support and structure for the cells, and reparation and regeneration of tissues. A protein contains 4 calories per gram and is made up of amino acids, which are the building blocks of your muscles and body. Without amino acids, it would be impossible to build, repair, or even maintain muscle tissue. Protein is made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and nitrogen. A sufficient protein intake throughout the day will put you in a positive nitrogen balance or an anabolic state, which favors muscle building and growth. On the flip side, a negative nitrogen balance will put you in a catabolic state, whereby your hard-earned muscles are broken down by the body for fuel and energy. Your body can produce some amino acids on its own, while others must be consumed in your diet. The latter are called essential amino acids and are 9: phenylalanine, valine, threonine, tryptophan, methionine, leucine, isoleucine, lysine, and histidine. These amino acids are essential because your body cannot manufacture them and survive without them. Of these essential amino acids, 3 are named branched-chain amino acids or BCAAs: leucine, the most important and strongest anabolic agent, isoleucine, and valine, due to their unique branched structure. This structure improves your body's performance, stimulates release of the human growth hormone HGH, which is secreted by the pituitary gland to facilitate protein synthesis, repairs damaged muscles, decreases muscle soreness, and increases muscle function. According to the PDCAAS, Protein Digestibility Corrected Amino Acid Score, protein quality is determined by its chemical score multiplied by its digestibility. Chemical score is the measure of the essential amino acid composition of the protein. Digestibility is the amount of amino acids used by the body after digestion and absorption of the protein. Among the proteins with the highest PDCAAS scores are casein, egg, milk, whey, chicken, fish, beef, and soy. A complete protein contains all the essential amino acids that your body requires on a daily basis, whereas an incomplete protein contains only some of them. While animal protein is generally considered complete, plant protein is not. Exceptions, however, include quinoa, buckwheat, soybean, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and amaranth, which are plant-based complete proteins that vegan bodybuilders should include in their diet. Combining incomplete plant proteins together throughout the day, and not necessarily in the same meal, can provide all essential amino acids, thereby optimizing that biological value, which is the measure of the proportion of absorbed protein from food, and increasing protein quality. Excellent combinations include grains legumes, grains dairy, legumes seeds, legumes nuts, and grains seeds. Carbohydrates contain 4 calories per gram and are your body's preferred source of energy, especially for high-intensity activities such as weight training. Carbohydrates are often overlooked when a muscle-building diet is planned, since many people are unaware of their importance and their role in muscle development. There are 2 major types of carbohydrates: simple and complex. Simple carbs, or simple sugar, are made up of 1 or 2 sugar molecules. They spike your blood sugar and provide instant energy because they are rapidly absorbed and digested by the human body. Simple sugar containing 1 sugar molecule include glucose, which is naturally found in fruits and veggies and also commonly found in syrups, candy, honey, sports drinks, and desserts. Galactose, which is mainly found in milk and milk products such as cheese, butter, and yogurt. Fructose, which is naturally found in fruits, which is why it is named the fruit sugar. Simple sugars containing two sugar molecules include sucrose, also called table sugar, is a natural sweetener made up of glucose and fructose and derived from sugarcane or beet. It's added to foods during processing and occurs naturally in fruits and vegetables. Lactose, also called milk sugar, is made up of galactose and glucose. It is found in milk and milk products. Maltose, made up of two glucose molecules and is found in malt beverages such as beer and malt liquors. Complex carbs or starch are made up of three or more sugar molecules, take longer to digest, and are a more stable source of energy than simple carbohydrates. They are found in fruits, veggies, grains, and legumes, which provide vitamins, minerals, and fiber that are important to the health of an individual. Fiber is a type of carbohydrate that is indigestible by the human body and comes with many benefits. It controls body sugar levels, lowers cholesterol levels, slows down the release of nutrients into the bloodstream, keeps you fuller between meals, and aids in weight loss. While it is suggested to ingest 10 to 13 grams of fiber for every 1,000 consumed calories, fiber consumption should increase with age since energy requirements decline in older people. All digestible carbohydrates eventually get converted to glucose in your body, which rises your blood glucose levels. This stimulates the pancreas to secrete insulin hormone in the blood to balance out blood sugar levels by signaling the liver, muscle, and fat cells to absorb glucose from the blood for use as energy or storage. Once this is done, insulin levels drop back to normal. The glycemic index, GI, is a way to classify carbohydrates on a scale from 0 to 100 according to how quickly they raise the blood sugar level. High GI foods break down rapidly and trigger a large spike in blood sugar and insulin levels, whereas low GI foods are digested more slowly and cause a smaller glucose increase while keeping insulin levels consistent. Carbohydrates consumed and not immediately used for energy are signaled by insulin to be stored as glycogen. Glycogen is stored in the liver and muscle cells and is later broken down into glucose to provide energy. If you continue to consume more carbohydrates than your body can use or store, insulin will trigger the body to convert them into fat for long-term storage. To improve your physique, you would need every gram of carbohydrate that you take to be burned for energy or stored as glycogen. You do not want these carbs to end up getting stored in your fat cells. Your muscle glycogen stores serve as your primary fuel source to quickly generate energy during exercise. If they are depleted, your body will tap into your hard-earned muscle as its next closest source of available energy. This will cause your intensity and strength capacity to suffer, leading to poor performance in the gym and ultimately less muscle growth. Hence, ingesting carbohydrates before your workout is vital. Consuming carbohydrates after your workout is equally necessary as it helps to replenish the glycogen stores that were depleted during exercise and maximizes recovery in preparation for the next workout. When muscle glycogen is replenished, your muscles will exhibit that desirable skin-stretching, fully rounded, pumped look. As you see, it is important that you understand how to integrate carbohydrates into your diet for optimizing muscle gain and fat loss. Fat serves many critical functions in the human body, such as insulation, cell structure, nerve transmission, vitamin absorption, and hormone production. It is digested and broken down by the body into free fatty acids and monoglycerides, and is a necessary nutrient for optimal health and well-being. Your body needs fat to function properly, as many of its underlying processes might fail if intake is insufficient. Nearly half of the dry weight of the brain is from fats. There are three types of fat: saturated, trans, and unsaturated. Saturated fats are solid at room temperature and are mainly found in red meat, ice cream, full-fat dairy products, cocoa butter, and tropical oils like coconut and palm. While these fats are necessary for optimal hormonal production, high amounts could increase levels of bad cholesterol, which might clog your arteries and cause heart diseases and other problems. This is why, following the dietary guidelines, your saturated fat intake should not exceed 10% of your daily calories. Trans fats are created in an industrial process that adds hydrogen to vegetable oils to make them more solid and increase their shelf life. These hydrogenated fats should be eliminated from your diet since they increase the bad cholesterol even more than the saturated fat, leading to heart attacks and strokes. Donuts, chips, cookies, crackers, muffins, pies, and cakes are examples of foods that may contain trans fat. Unsaturated fats are liquid at room temperature and are good for health as they work to lower cholesterol levels in the blood. They are of two types. Monounsaturated fats contain one double bond between their carbons. They are available in avocado, nuts, and vegetable oils such as canola, corn, peanut, and olive oils. Polyunsaturated fats contain a double bond between two or more sets of carbons. They are available in cold water fish and vegetable oils such as corn, safflower, sunflower, soybean, and sesame oils. Essential fats are a type of polyunsaturated fats that the body cannot produce and thus must be obtained from the diet. They are omega-3 or linolenic acid, are fatty acids that can dilate blood vessels, prevent cancer growth, improve eye health, strengthen cell membrane, and reduce blood clotting, blood pressure, inflammation, cholesterol, and mental illness. Research indicates that this type of fat may promote muscle gain. A study found that 6 weeks of supplementation with omega-3 resulted in 0.5 kg gain in muscle mass and 0.5 kg reduction in fat mass. Omega-3s are found in egg yolk, oils like canola, flaxseed, soybean, and walnut, pecans, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, soy nuts, and cold water fish. Omega-6 or linoleic acid are fatty acids found in flaxseed, safflower, corn, canola, soybean oils, and green leaves. They help reduce nerve pain, treat arthritis, reduce high blood pressure, lower risk of heart attack, and support bone health. Most people tend to significantly consume more omega-6 than omega-3s because omega-6 is in abundance on many unhealthy foods such as salad dressings, potato chips, pizzas, pastas, and sausages. Excessive consumption of omega-6 has been linked to increased levels of inflammation and other diseases. This is the reason why balancing intake of omega-3 and omega-6 in an optimal ratio ranging between 1:1 to 1:4 is crucial for maintaining normal circulation and other biological processes. Scientists in the past had hypothesized that reducing consumption of omega-6 and increasing consumption of omega-3 might reduce chronic disease risk. But more recent research has shown that maintaining high consumption of both omega-3 and omega-6 has cardiovascular benefits. Research shows that the amount and type of dietary fat that is consumed could impact blood cholesterol levels. Cholesterol is a waxy fat substance found in the membrane of all human and animal cells and used in making hormones, vitamin D, and substances that assist in fat digestion. Blood cholesterol is made by the human body, the liver, and circulates in the blood, while dietary cholesterol comes from animal foods only: egg yolk, meat, cheese, poultry, and full-fat dairy products. Dietary cholesterol that we eat is minor in quantity because majority of the cholesterol in the body comes from the liver. Since fat and cholesterol do not dissolve in water or blood, they cannot travel in the bloodstream on their own. Therefore, the body packages them with protein to form lipoproteins, which function as carrier vehicles. There are many types of lipoproteins, but the most important ones are: low-density lipoprotein carries cholesterol from the liver to the rest of the body. High levels of LDL leads to the formation of plaques, which could stick to the walls of your arteries, causing them to narrow or block, limit blood flow, and trigger heart diseases. This is why LDL is often referred as the bad or harmful cholesterol. Research shows that fried and processed foods increase the risk of heart diseases because they raise LDL levels. High-density lipoprotein is known as the good cholesterol because it carries cholesterol to the liver, where it is removed by the body. Fat contains 9 calories per gram and is the most energy-dense of all macronutrients. Although unsaturated fats are more beneficial in promoting good health compared to saturated and trans fats, they increase body weight if taken in excess. This is why you should include them in smaller quantities in your diet. On the contrary, bad fats such as the saturated and trans types can cause major health problems and should be eliminated from your diet. So you see, there is more to consider than just calories. A calorie is not a calorie when we are talking about body composition. In other words, improving your body composition is not only about counting your calories, but also your macros. You ultimately want to lose fat and not muscle, and gain muscle and not fat. If you want to lose weight while maintaining as much lean mass as possible, you need to do more than just maintain a caloric deficit. You need to eat enough protein every day to preserve your muscle mass. You need to eat enough carbohydrates to fuel up the glycogen stores of your muscles to maintain your training intensity and make progress in your workouts. You need to eat enough healthy fat for your critical body functions, yet not too much that you will have to dramatically reduce protein and/or carbohydrate intake for compensation. So get your macro balance right and everything will just magically work together. That's all about it, guys. Are you balancing your macros in your diet? Do you eat carbs and healthy fat? Let me know by commenting below. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please like and share. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you're looking for a complete self-educational training guide that teaches you step by step how to customize your workout and meal plans using science-based methods to help you achieve the best results, please visit my website or check the video linked up. Also check my next 2 videos on the 5 big diet myths that you should be wary of and how to calculate the calories you need to burn fat.